In number 3, we're working with simple interest again, so it's going to be another linear model. We know if we graph this, it will be a straight line. The equation that we're using again is the amount in the account equals the initial amount invested, so that's the $10,000, plus the amount of interest that's earned. And the amount of interest that's earned is just the rate times the initial investment times however many years you're leaving this in the account. So for us, that's 5. And now the amount is supposed to be $16,000 in 5 years. So we'll put $16,000 in for the amount, and then we can just subtract $10,000 from both sides to simplify that. Multiply out the 10,000 times 5 to get 50,000. So after you subtract, you have 6,000 on the left and just the 50,000 times R on the right. And then we can just divide both sides by 50,000 to get R. And when you reduce this fraction, when you start to reduce it, you can divide the top and the bottom by 1,000 to get 6/50. And then I want to think of it as a percentage, so I'll go ahead and translate that denominator into 100. So multiply the top and the bottom by 2, you get 12/100. So the rate is 12%. If you were not able to get from the fraction to the percentage, the way that you can do that by hand is to just carry out the division. But I won't count that specific part as being worth many points on an exam, for example. My main interest is in knowing that you know how to set this up and move things around to make the calculation. Now when we graph this, we already know it's a linear model because it's simple interest. We know what the equation looks like. The highest power of t is 1. So we can just plot 2 points again and draw a straight line through those 2 points. When t is 0, we know the amount was 10,000. That was right at the beginning. And then when t is 5, we know the amount is 16,000. So we'll plot those 2 points and connect them with a straight line. One of the points of graphing this is to just emphasize that you know the behavior of how this thing is growing, so you understand as time goes on how it's going to continue growing. And then we can write down the equation down here to get the amount with respect to time. So we'd fill in 12% for the rate, which we can write down as 0.12.